Greetings, comrades. Alright, well, the day's wrapping up over here. Everything's pretty much all said and done. I just wanted to give you my final thoughts on the Ip2 network. I recently made a video about Blade, about how he needs an intervention. The title of this video is Ip2 is the most cancer community on the internet. And the reality is that I've seen this for a long time. You know, you can take someone like Asian Andy, who I don't really know what his deal is lately. I don't know if he's actually on Ip2. I'm not really sure what's been going on with his streams lately, but let's take a look at how someone like him makes his living. He goes out in public, and people pay to try to humiliate him in public with racist messages and bomb threats, things that are meant to draw attention to him, possibly get him in trouble, possibly get him put in jail or in an awkward situation. And it makes for great content. It makes for something that's fun to watch. You look at Ice Poseidon. Ice Poseidon was taken off of an airplane one time because somebody called the airport where his plane was departing from and said that he was carrying a bomb on the plane. Now, Ice Poseidon has made a point to remove himself from his so-called old toxic community. But the reality is if you look on the Reddit forums of Ip2, this is really kind of where all of the toxicity and negativity of the Ip2 network stews. You can really see what their so-called fans have to say about these streamers. You know, they're constantly, like something I just saw today, it's like, oh, Ice checked his chat while he was driving. Make sure to report. Mass report. They want to report him for reading his chat while he's driving as a means of getting him in trouble. This is the main reason that people take part in the Ip2 network. Every single opportunity that they get to leak your phone number so people can dox you and harass you and threaten you, so they can leak license plates to your car, so they can figure out who your family members are, so they can figure out where you work. It's just like this large community of obsessively, aggressively toxic people who kind of like fiend off of these live streamers who in return get to walk around like they're some sort of celebrities. Now, what does it really amount to, especially when you look at somebody like Only Use Me Blade? Only Use Me Blade, every time he goes live, is #1 in the Ip2 network. You can take a look at the Reddit, what people have to say about Blade. They're saying that he's simping on pedocord. That's what they call Discord. They're calling him a pedophile and a rapist. They're constantly asking for leg hole updates and toe hole updates. Now, what this is related to is that he has wounds in his leg, toe, feet. He's a diabetic. It's safe to say he's an alcoholic. He drinks aggressively every night for his streams. People pay him to watch him get intoxicated, and then he goes on racist tirades that somehow manage to make it past YouTube's hate speech guidelines and all of those things. But the bottom line is that you can find a number of people on the Reddit forums that are saying things like, Blade is a worthless sack of shit, and honestly, I think we're all here just to watch him die. I just want to see this simp die. I could give a shit. You know, I made a video. You can look at the comments that people left on my video about Blade. They said, oh, Blade's a useless sack of shit, and we just want to see him die. That is what you get for being a live streamer in the Ip2 community. These are the fans that this network has to offer. So I spent some time at the compound last night. We had some conversations. I thought everything started out friendly. After we got back from buying drinks, I think is when the chat, it started to become pretty evident that the chat didn't like me. But does the chat really like anybody, guys? Look at your big celebrities. Look what they say about Blade. Look what they say about OG Geezer. Look what they say about Ice Poseidon. I mean, do they really have anything positive to say about any of the IP2 streamers? These people are among the most toxic you can find on the internet. Somebody told me that if you can't make it in IP2, you can't make it anywhere. I would respond to that if you can make it in IP2, where people regularly donate hate speech, and some of the most popular streamers are going through rape cases and are drinking to death on live stream for money, I would say that if you can make it there, you might not be able to make it anywhere else. If you can make it there, is what I have to say about that. Not really much thoughts about being over there last night. I had some debates. I had a lot of people calling me names because, you know, they're not really intellectuals. They're not really fit for a debate with a philosopher. You know, I started getting drunk. I started getting colorful. I wanted to arm wrestle. People tried to make a big deal about that. Chat asked me to do push-ups. They made a big deal about that. It's all like they want you to think everything's all good so you get comfortable and be yourself. And then the chat is trying to like obsess over every little detail of everything you say, constantly obsessively trying to find every single way they can make you look bad as a means of destroying you, because that's ultimately the purpose of being a part of the IP2 network, is you want to figure out how to destroy all of these streamers that you obsessively watch day in and day out. So the big story for me, what kind of rubbed me the wrong way, is after everybody else had gone to bed, it was just me and an individual, Attila, staying up late. He was receiving donations where videos of men masturbating with sex toys would pop up as a result, and people masturbating horses, just overall kind of like gay stuff, just being honest. That would pop up. And every time it popped up, I would stand up and I would go sit on a couch far away from his laptop. They had all kinds of places to sit. So I'd remove myself from the sight of the laptop every time that happened. And he had his Discord live and people were on the set. Like, oh, you think you're smart, but you can't even watch people masturbate. Dude, how are you going to believe in God, like, if you don't watch people masturbate? How are you going to love... You don't love everybody because you're not watching men masturbate. I mean, the bottom line, guys, is I just didn't want to watch men masturbate. I saw that Attila's eyes were firmly glued to the screen. And, you know, he's making money. He's getting donos. But at the end of the day, you don't really need to sit there and watch the videos. And I could see very clearly that he was watching the videos. I think he was enjoying himself. I went into the IRL Content Gods Discord. I got into the Fight Club chat room, and I was looking to have a debate on feminism. It didn't get anywhere. I was asking them what their favorite female philosopher was, and they banned me. So that's pretty much how that goes. Yeah, guys, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I think I covered a lot of it in the live stream. Overall, what I want you to gather from this video is that making it on IP2 basically amounts to literally thousands of people constantly trying to leak your private information, trying to dox you, trying to call the cops on you, trying to get you in legal trouble, trying to hurt your family and friends, trying to slander you, trying to ruin your life, trying to hurt you in any way that they can. Now, luckily for me, I am going to ride off into the sunset, and I don't think that they're going to find much more entertainment with who I am and what I'm about. But I'm glad that I got to see into their lives a little bit in person, because it made it apparent to me that I'm not really interested in having anything to do with this community. I don't think I'm going to watch live streamers anymore. And I think I'm just going to focus on my thing. You know, my goal was to get some followers, and I did. It'll be interesting to see how many of them stick around, how many of them are here for more than just, you know, typical IP2 stuff. Being cancer and trying to ruin my account, and trying to ruin my life, and figure out who my family is. And, you know, obsessive, toxic, borderline evil dog shit. That is what the IP2 network is about. I'm glad that I got to go see it firsthand. This was an interesting experience for me. And that's all I have to say, guys. Yeah, I think Blade needs an intervention. I think Attila could press charges against OG Geezer for assault. I think Attila is probably gay or bisexual or has experimented with guys a number of times. And, you know, they're getting evicted. Blade is pretty much dying. And I think OG Geezer was the chillest guy in the house. I think OG Geezer should probably just focus on doing his own thing. So that's all I got to say about that, boys and girls. I wish you the best, and I'll see you another time. Reform Stoic out.